This summer watermelon stander is so adorable and it was so fun to make. I printed out my scrapbook paper from an Etsy file that I bought. It is digital paper. If you just search watermelon digital paper on Etsy, you will find all sorts of cute things for any season and every holiday also. So I picked out the colors that I wanted for each block. We're going to put this on the block that is behind each letter, and I made sure that they all look good together and that they're going to look good with each of the letters and the cute little watermelon shape. So then I'm going to put all my wood pieces onto a sheet of cardboard that I've put some masking tape on. So the masking tape is sticky side up and I just fold the ends under, and this holds all of my pieces so I can easily paint it. And those top blocks, I just put a coat of Mod Podge on there. I'm going to put a total of 2 coats of Mod Podge to help adhere that paper to. We're going to iron that paper on. So then I'm just painting all of my stuff. My cute little flowers are white. My watermelon is wild berry. And then I have my ants and my words that I'm going to be painting. So just doing black on all of my ants, and then I'm putting my second coat on my blocks so that it can be drying. And summer squash is the yellow, and then the green was just, it was a dark green. I don't remember the color, but any dark green will work. And then my red was country red. So getting my coats of paint on there. White's always going to need a second coat, and red is always going to need a second coat. Everything else was absolutely fine. And once I get all those coats of paint on there, I'm going to dry with my heat gun, and then I'm going to put the centers on the flowers with the end of a paintbrush that's rounded. I'm going to just dip it in the paint and put my cute little centers on, and then make sure every single thing is dry. You do not want to iron your paper onto those blocks if that Mod Podge is not dry yet. So then I just lay out all of my paper. I cut it down to size so it's close, and then I am going to use a heat press or an iron. I actually can't find my small little travel iron, so I had to use my great big heat press. It worked just fine. Make sure you're covering that. You put some parchment paper or these other little sheets of paper on there to help so that it doesn't ruin your iron. Okay, so you're gonna get all the little pieces on there ironed on, and then I glued the backer little things where the stand is going. That's on the back of the base. Okay, now I'm cutting around all of these pieces, and then I'm going to sand them so I make sure that each of the edges is smooth, and then I'm going to ink the edges on all of these. So just using my little ink pad, going around each of those, making sure they all look nice. I just love the look. It kind of makes it all stand out. And then I'm going to lay them up on the backer. And one of my corners was lifting, so I just ironed it again. And then I'm going to put all my little letters on there. Well, first I'm going to glue these onto the backer. Make sure everything is nice and even. At the bottom, you don't want it to be down too far. Then I'm going to lay everything out, make sure it looks good in case I need to change anything. And then I'm going to start gluing all of this. If you have tiny pieces, you can use a little Q-tip for those tiny pieces. And the only thing I inked on this was the inside of the watermelon. I used a white ink pad to kind of give it a little bit of a look so it looked more like the inside of the rind. And then I'm just gluing all my little pieces on, and isn't this just looking so adorable? When all of this is dry, then I will put the little stands on the back, and I'm going to show you what they look like. So they're just going to go into there, but I'm not going to put those on until it's all done. I love it!